Hypnotic visions at the edge of reality. For Lisa and Alexa, your love is the gravity that keeps me from drifting too far. And for Pink, thanks for reminding me that truth, rebellion, and beauty can share the same stage. Art has the power to challenge perception, to provoke thought, and to linger in the mind long after the eyes have moved on. Few understood this better than Storm Thorgerson and Aubrey Powell, whose legendary design studio, Hypnosis, transformed album art into an experience, an enigmatic story wrapped in surrealism and raw emotion. Their work didn't just accompany music, it became inseparable from it, like a vivid dream you can't quite forget. In creating Hypnotic, I set out to honor that legacy while forging my own path through the landscape of visual storytelling. This collection of original artwork draws on the spirit of hypnosis, the unexpected juxtapositions, the haunting realism tinged with surrealism, the collision of the familiar and the bizarre. It's an exploration of the mind's eye, where reality and illusion twist together in mesmerizing forms. Each piece in this collection is more than just an image. It's an invitation to see beyond the surface. Some may evoke a sense of unease, others a moment of wonder or reflection. They are visual puzzles meant to be interpreted, revisited, and reimagined. Hypnotic is both a tribute and a departure, a journey inspired by the visual anarchy and masterful ambiguity that made Hypnosis an icon of the rock era. Through these images, I hope to capture that elusive magic, the hypnotic pull of imagination and emotion intertwined. This is my homage to the artists who redefined how we see music, and my own contribution to the ongoing dialogue between sound and vision. Illuminated desert highway at sunset. A surreal and dreamlike image of a long straight highway stretching towards the horizon, lined with elegant arching lampposts that create a hypnotic tunnel effect. The road is wet or reflective, with cracked asphalt on one side and crisp yellow center lines. The scene is set against a dramatic sunset backdrop with orange and pink hues painting the sky, while silhouetted mountains and mesas rise up in the distance. The street lamps are illuminated, creating warm, glowing points of light that lead the eye into the distance. Small red wildflowers dot the roadside, adding a touch of natural beauty to the scene. The composition creates a strong sense of perspective and infinity, while the lighting creates a magical and mysterious atmosphere that blends reality with fantasy. Industrial power station at sunset. This is a dramatic image of what appears to be a power station or industrial facility, dominated by three tall white chimneys rising against a stormy purple-pink sunset sky. The main building is a massive Art Deco-style industrial structure made of brown brick and concrete, with distinctive vertical windows and architectural details characteristic of early 20th century industrial architecture. In the foreground is a large green field, creating a stark contrast between nature and industry. A construction crane can be seen in the background, and there are some smaller brick buildings at the base of the main structure. The moody sky with its dramatic clouds and pink hues creates an almost ethereal atmosphere, transforming this industrial scene into something quite striking and beautiful. The composition draws attention to the monumental scale of the building and its chimneys against the theatrical skyscape. Surreal wave over Sunset Pier. A stunning surreal image that combines reality with digital artistry, featuring a wooden pier extending into a calm ocean at sunset. Several silhouetted figures walk along the pier towards the horizon, where a golden sun is setting. Above them, a dramatic wave-like formation swirls through the sky, rendered in metallic silvers and warm golds that mirror the sunset colors. This ethereal wave appears to be made of liquid metal or energy, with droplets and splashes frozen in time. The water below is perfectly still, creating mirror-like reflections of the sky and pier. The overall composition creates a powerful sense of journey and transformation, with the natural sunset scene being transformed by the supernatural element above. The color palette consists of peaceful blues, gleaming silvers, and warm golden tones that create a dreamlike atmosphere. Dapper traveler in desert dunes. A striking surrealist image showing a figure standing in a desert landscape, dressed in formal Victorian-inspired attire. The person wears a black top hat, dark sunglasses, and a perfectly tailored black suit with a tie. They're standing on sandy dunes against a vivid, bright blue sky. At their feet is a vintage brown leather suitcase, and they're holding a vinyl record. The contrast between the formal clothing and the desert setting creates an intriguing, almost theatrical composition. The image has a cinematic quality with its bold colors, the rich brown of the sand, the deep black of the suit, and the striking azure sky. The composition is clean and symmetrical, with the figure centered in the frame, creating a powerful and mysterious atmosphere. Giant flame art installation. A striking art installation featuring a massive golden-orange flame sculpture illuminated from within, set against the dramatic, mountainous backdrop. The flame sculpture appears to be emerging from a pool of glowing red-orange light that mimics lava or molten material. Two people in safety gear, one in an orange suit and another in blue workwear with safety equipment, stand on either side of the installation. Giving scale to its impressive size, the setting appears to be on dark volcanic or rocky terrain, with misty mountains in the background creating a moody atmosphere. The flame sculpture's design is stylized with sweeping, curved forms that capture the dynamic nature of fire, crafted with what appears to be metal or similar material that glows brilliantly when lit. The contrast between the bright, warm colors of the installation and the cool, gray environment creates a captivating visual impact. Red balloon storm in desert. A surreal and striking, artistic photograph set in a pristine desert landscape. The image features a dramatic, tornado-like formation made entirely of bright red balloons emerging from the sand. In stark contrast to the pale desert and vivid blue sky, a person lounges on a luxurious red chaise lounge or fainting couch, accompanied by a classical-style red table lamp. The scene is highly stylized, with a monochromatic red accent against the natural desert backdrop. The composition creates a dreamlike, whimsical atmosphere, while maintaining a sense of elegant sophistication. The red elements pop dramatically against the natural beige of the sand and the deep blue of the cloudless sky, creating a powerful visual impact. Small traces of red appear to be scattered in the sand around the furniture, adding to the artistic nature of the composition. Colorful glass figures by sea. Two striking stained glass sculptures stand on a beach against the backdrop of a bright blue ocean. The figures are modern, geometric interpretations of human forms, created from mosaic-like pieces of colored glass held together by metal frames. The figure on the left features warm amber and yellow tones in its upper body that transition to red, turquoise, and deep blue in its lower half. The right figure is composed of bold blocks of blue, red, green, and purple glass. Both sculptures are tall and slender, standing upright on metallic bases on what appears to be a rocky or pebbled beach. The ocean behind them is a beautiful turquoise color, with white-capped waves rolling in, and the sky is a clear, pristine blue. The sunlight streaming through the colored glass creates a luminous effect, making the sculptures appear to glow against the natural seaside setting. Magical crystal ball over lake. A surreal photograph captured at a desert lake shows a person balancing on turquoise water while holding a large crystal sphere. The sphere creates a captivating lens effect, inverting the landscape within. beige rocky cliffs and distant purple mountains frame the scene under a blue sky. The crystal-clear water reflects the scene perfectly, creating an illusion of dancing on its surface. The contrast between desert landscape and vibrant water creates a dreamlike atmosphere. Ghostly figures at Giant's Causeway. This striking image appears to be taken at the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland, featuring its iconic hexagonal basalt columns, but with an artistic modification. Several ethereal, white ghost-like figures are positioned across the geometric stone formations. The figures appear as simple, minimalist sculptures in flowing white robes, creating a haunting and mysterious atmosphere. The scene is set during a spectacular sunset, with the sky ablaze in dramatic orange and pink hues that reflect off the ocean waves crashing against the rocky shore. The contrast between the dark, angular basalt columns and the glowing white figures creates a powerful visual impact. The composition leads the eye from the foreground figures back towards the horizon where the sun is setting, while the rhythmic placement of the figures adds a supernatural element to this natural wonder. Sailing through heavenly clouds. A surreal and ethereal image depicting a solitary figure in traditional Asian robes, standing in a wooden boat, appearing to navigate through a sea of clouds. The clouds are depicted as rolling white waves beneath the boat, creating an illusion of a celestial ocean. Above, the sky transitions from dark blue to warm golden tones, with a brilliant sun breaking through on the horizon. The contrast between the dark boat, the white clouds, and the golden sky creates a dreamlike atmosphere. The composition suggests themes of spiritual journey, solitude, and transcendence. The image has a mystical quality that blends reality with fantasy, evoking feelings of peace and wonder. Artistic Body Paint Architecture Series. A striking photograph shows 5 figures sitting with their backs to the camera, displaying elaborate body paint artwork. Each back features different iconic imagery: a Victorian building, a white bull on orange, the Eiffel Tower with a rainbow, the Empire State Building with a rainbow, and a plain dark figure. The detailed architectural paintings are masterfully executed against dark-colored backgrounds, creating a powerful visual narrative of global landmarks. Giant Ring in Desert Landscape. A striking, surreal art installation featuring a massive circular ring structure standing in what appears to be a salt flat or desert landscape. The ring is partially transparent or glass-like, containing thousands of red spheres that appear to be breaking apart or dispersing from the bottom of the ring upward. The spheres create a dynamic pattern of movement and dissolution against the clear material of the ring. The setting shows purple-tinged mountains in the background and a vast, flat, light-colored terrain. A small silhouette of a person stands near the base of the ring, emphasizing its enormous scale. The sky has a beautiful purple-blue gradient, adding to the dreamlike quality of the scene. The contrast between the vibrant red spheres and the cool purple tones of the environment creates a captivating visual impact. Surreal Face in Dark Waters. A striking surrealist artwork featuring a partial face emerging from a dark architectural structure. The image uses deep blues and blacks, creating a moody atmosphere. The face is in profile, showing detailed features against a deteriorating block-like pattern resembling a crumbling wall. Below, dark water reflects the scene with white wave-like patterns. The composition merges architectural elements with human features in a dreamlike manner, while dramatic lighting and misty elements add to its ethereal quality. Stylish Portrait in Sunglasses. This is a striking artistic portrait rendered in a modern, sleek style. The subject is wearing large, dramatic black sunglasses and has pale, luminous skin that contrasts beautifully with dark, graphic elements. The composition focuses on the face, particularly highlighting defined lips and a strong jawline. The artwork has a high-fashion, editorial quality with a black and white color scheme, punctuated by subtle blue undertones. The style appears to be digital art or illustration with a contemporary, almost futuristic aesthetic. There's a sophisticated play of light and shadow, with sharp geometric elements in the hair and clothing. Small paint splatters in the background add a dynamic, artistic touch to the otherwise clean, minimalist design. Abstract portrait in blue light. This is a striking artistic portrait rendered in a contemporary abstract style. The image features a side profile that appears to be dissolving or fragmenting into dark, textured brushstrokes. What makes this piece particularly dramatic is a stunning streak of brilliant electric blue light that cuts through the darkness in the upper portion of the composition. The contrast between the deep blacks, whites, and the luminous blue creates a powerful emotional impact. The technique appears to combine digital art with painterly effects, giving it a glitch-like, distorted quality. The profile shows just the nose and lips, while the rest dissolves into the abstract darkness, suggesting themes of identity, fragmentation, and inner light breaking through darkness. Ethereal clouds over tranquil lake. This stunning digital art piece combines natural landscape photography with surreal cloud formations. The image shows a serene lake scene with mountains in the background, but the clouds above are rendered in a unique, geometric pattern resembling rippling fabric or concentric shells. These stylized clouds are cream-colored and appear to be made up of precise linear patterns that create a flowing, wave-like structure. The clouds are perfectly reflected in the calm waters below, creating a mirror image that adds to the dreamlike quality of the scene. The color palette is predominantly soft blues and creamy whites, with the morning or evening light creating a gentle golden glow. The composition creates a sense of peace and wonder, blending the natural world with digital artistry in a harmonious and mesmerizing way. Sacred light in ancient temple. A striking beam of sunlight penetrates through a window in what appears to be an ancient temple or religious building, creating dramatic diagonal rays of light that cut through the darkness. The light creates a beautiful pattern on the stone floor, while ornate architectural details can be seen on the pillars and ceiling, featuring decorative geometric patterns and traditional designs. The atmosphere is mystical and serene, with the contrast between the bright light and the dark, shadowy interior creating a profound sense of spirituality and reverence. The architecture suggests this might be a mosque or similar sacred space, with its distinctive ornamental details visible in the shadowy areas. Magical ocean flower fantasy. A stunning digital artwork depicting a magical, ethereal flower emerging from turbulent ocean waves. The flower has luminous petals rendered in warm oranges, golds, and purples, with an intricate mesh-like texture that gives it a translucent, crystalline quality. Water droplets and spray surround the bloom, catching the light like tiny prisms. The ocean below is portrayed with realistic, dark green waves and white foam, creating a dramatic contrast with the ethereal flower above. The background has a warm, peachy orange glow that adds to the magical atmosphere. The composition creates a sense of dynamic movement, with the waves appearing to crash and splash around the base of the flower, while water droplets float weightlessly in the air. The combination of realistic water elements with the fantastical flower creates a captivating surreal scene that bridges reality and imagination. Ethereal, dewy lotus flower. A stunning macro photograph or digital art of a lotus flower captured in dreamy, ethereal tones. The petals display a beautiful gradient from deep purple to soft pink and warm orange at its center. Each petal appears to be adorned with tiny water droplets, or dewdrops, that catch the light like small crystals, creating a magical sparkle effect. The flower's petals have delicate linear patterns and show a wonderful sense of depth and layering. The background fades into a misty blue-purple haze, giving the image a mystical, dreamlike quality. The lighting is soft and luminous, particularly glowing from the flower's center, creating an almost supernatural ambiance. The composition is intimate and detailed, showcasing the flower's natural geometry and elegant form. Ethereal digital eye art. This is a stunning artistic close-up of a human eye with a unique digital wave pattern overlay. The image features intricate, flowing lines that create a ripple or wave effect across the entire surface, giving it an ethereal, technological feel. The eye itself is light-colored, possibly blue or gray, with clearly defined eyelashes and detailed iris patterns. The color palette includes shimmering purples, blues, and warm golden tones that transition smoothly throughout the composition. There's a distinctive pink highlight in the corner of the eye that adds a dramatic accent. The wavy line pattern appears to be both organic and digital, creating a fascinating blend of human anatomy and technological artistry. The detail is extremely sharp, showing every eyelash and the complex structure of the iris, while the surrounding skin texture is transformed into flowing, curved lines that give the image a sense of movement and dimension. Digital eye in cosmic space. A striking artistic composition of a human eye merged with digital technology and cosmic elements. The eye is rendered in stunning detail, with a bright golden amber iris that seems to glow from within, surrounded by long dark eyelashes. The entire image is overlaid with a digital matrix effect, creating the impression of pixels, data streams, and twinkling lights that resemble stars. The color palette is predominantly deep blues and cyans with golden highlights, giving the impression of peering into both the digital and cosmic universe simultaneously. The effect creates a mesmerizing blend of the organic and technological, suggesting themes of artificial intelligence, human consciousness, and the intersection of humanity with digital evolution. The image has a dreamy, futuristic quality, with its sparkling particles and ethereal lighting effects. Cracked eye through porcelain. A striking artistic image showing an extremely detailed blue human eye peering through what appears to be cracked porcelain or white ceramic material. The eye is rendered in stunning detail with visible eyelashes and a crystal-clear pale blue iris with intricate patterns. The surrounding white surface has a realistic broken fractured texture, creating a dramatic contrast between the smooth, living eye and the broken, lifeless material around it. The lighting creates depth and shadow, enhancing the three-dimensional quality of both the eye and the cracks. The composition creates an unsettling yet captivating effect, suggesting themes of breaking through barriers or emerging from behind a mask. Cosmic beauty in digital art. This is a stunning digital art portrait that blends ethereal and sci-fi elements. The subject is portrayed in a close-up view, wearing a high black collar that creates a stark contrast against their pale, luminous skin. What makes this artwork particularly captivating is the cosmic effect around their eye area, featuring swirling purple and blue nebula-like patterns with glowing particles. Their eyes are a striking pale blue, and their features are rendered with incredible photorealistic detail. The hair appears to be flowing with a reddish-purple tint, partially dissolving into ethereal wisps. The lighting is soft and dramatic, with bokeh effects in the background creating a dreamy atmosphere. The overall color palette consists of cool grays, purples, and warm highlights, creating a harmonious blend of otherworldly and elegant elements. Mystical ocean spirit at dusk. A stunning fantasy digital artwork depicting a massive ethereal face emerging from the ocean, composed of what appears to be starry night sky and gleaming aqua-colored scales. The being has a striking yellow-green eye, and its skin is adorned with luminescent turquoise, blue, and green particles that sparkle like stars. The face seems to be one with the churning waves below, while in the background, a full moon hangs in a dramatic sunset sky filled with golden clouds. Along the coastline, a lighthouse and medieval-style building stand on rocky cliffs, with seabirds soaring in the distance. The lighting is particularly remarkable, with the setting sun creating a golden path across the water, contrasting beautifully with the deep teals and blues of the mysterious entity. The overall composition creates a sense of magic and wonder, blending natural elements with fantasy in a seamless and captivating way. Mysterious figure in misty forest. A hauntingly beautiful and atmospheric image depicting a solitary cloaked figure standing on a rocky outcrop in a misty forest. The scene is dominated by ethereal fog that creates layers of depth, with towering trees emerging from the mist in silhouette. The color palette is predominantly cool tones of blue-gray and white, creating a mysterious and somewhat melancholic mood. Large, ancient trees in the foreground stand like silent sentinels, their branches barely visible through the thick fog. The lighting is dramatic, with brighter areas in the background suggesting early morning or dusk. The small, dark figure in their long cloak provides a striking contrast against the ethereal backdrop, adding a sense of solitude and contemplation to the scene. The composition creates a strong sense of depth and mystery, drawing the viewer into this dreamlike landscape. Elegant grace in white palace. A breathtaking, artistic photograph set in a classical, light-filled palace interior. The scene features a woman in an elegant, form-fitting white gown with a dramatic flowing train, posed gracefully on a black and white checkered marble floor. The setting is enhanced by beautiful architectural elements, including tall arched windows, ornate white columns, and classical moldings. Delicate cherry blossoms in soft pink, arranged in white vases, add a romantic, spring-like atmosphere to the scene. Natural light streams through the windows, creating an ethereal quality and casting gentle shadows across the checkered floor. The composition beautifully balances the architectural grandeur with the soft, feminine elements of the flowing dress and cherry blossoms. The overall color palette is predominantly white and gray with touches of soft pink from the flowers, creating a serene and sophisticated atmosphere. Mysterious figure in blue light. A striking artistic portrait bathed in ethereal turquoise blue lighting. The subject is wearing a deep blue textured hood or head covering with subtle metallic highlights along its folds. The lighting creates a mystical, otherworldly atmosphere, casting an aqua-tinted glow across their features. What stands out most dramatically are the amber-colored eyes that seem to glow against the cool-toned environment. The composition is intimate and moody, with dramatic shadows and highlights that emphasize the mysterious nature of the image. The textile of the hood appears rich and detailed, with visible texture and threading that catches the light. The overall effect is reminiscent of fantasy art or high-fashion photography, with its dramatic lighting and atmospheric quality. Solitary figure in crimson forest. A hauntingly beautiful autumn scene depicts a solitary silhouetted figure standing on a wet path through a forest bathed in dramatic crimson light. The trees are adorned with vibrant red and pink leaves, and a large red sun or moon hangs low in the misty background. The wet ground reflects the red light and fallen leaves, creating a mirror-like effect. The dark tree trunks stand in stark contrast against the ethereal pink and red atmosphere, while fallen leaves scatter the glistening path. The mood is deeply atmospheric and somewhat melancholic, combining elements of natural beauty with a sense of solitude and contemplation. The overall effect is dreamlike and almost surreal, with the monochromatic red palette creating a powerful emotional impact. Peaceful pink ocean sunset. A breathtaking sunset scene at the beach, where the sun appears as a bright golden orb hanging low over the horizon. The sky is painted in soft, dreamy shades of pink and lavender, creating a romantic atmosphere. The ocean waves roll gently onto the shore, their white foam contrasting beautifully with the darker blue water. The wet sand reflects the golden sunlight, creating a mirror-like effect along the shoreline. The entire scene is bathed in a warm, rose-gold glow, giving it an almost ethereal quality. Small waves break near the beach, adding movement and energy to the otherwise serene composition. The color palette is predominantly pink, orange, and purple, with the sun's reflection creating a golden pathway across the water surface. Nature's human tree silhouette. A striking artistic photograph showing a silhouetted figure standing on a large boulder, with their arms outstretched to mimic tree branches. The figure's pose creates an illusion where their arms appear to blend with the delicate branches and leaves of a tree above, creating a seamless merger of human and nature. The image is captured in a misty, ethereal atmosphere, with a monochromatic palette dominated by grays and subtle earth tones. The background shows a foggy landscape with distant trees, while the foreground features a dramatic, textured rock formation on which the figure stands. The composition is both powerful and graceful, suggesting themes of unity with nature, personal growth, and spiritual connection. The lighting creates a strong contrast between the dark silhouette and the bright, diffused sky, adding to the photograph's dramatic and contemplative mood. Eyelash above emerald water. This is an artistic macro photograph showing a close-up view of an eye and eyelashes from a unique perspective, with what appears to be turquoise or emerald-colored water below. The image is split into two distinct parts. The upper portion shows detailed black eyelashes and pale skin, while the lower half captures a mesmerizing surface of water with a green tint and scattered light reflections. The composition creates an intriguing juxtaposition between human features and liquid elements, with a dreamlike quality enhanced by the shallow depth of field and the play of light on the water's surface. The water appears to have a crystalline, almost magical quality, with spots of brightness dancing across its surface. Celestial Fantasy Portrait. A stunning fantasy digital artwork featuring an ethereal profile view against a magical backdrop. The face appears to be composed of celestial elements, with skin that seems to be made of the night sky itself, adorned with sparkling stars and shimmering golden lines that create an intricate web-like pattern. Brilliant blue and turquoise gemstones or celestial orbs are embedded within the facial features, and the eye is a particularly striking deep blue that seems to hold the universe within it. In the background, Gothic spires of a fantasy castle rise through misty clouds, silhouetted against a golden sunset sky. The overall composition creates a mesmerizing blend of fantasy and cosmic elements, with a color palette dominated by deep blues, turquoise, and gold accents. The lighting creates a dreamlike atmosphere, with the golden hour sun illuminating the clouds and catching the sparkles throughout the celestial features. Sunset dreams in mosaic. A mesmerizing artwork combining a sunset seascape with an abstract portrait. The left shows an ocean sunset with golden light on waves and silhouetted birds. The right features a face created in a mosaic style using colorful circles and flowing lines. Blues, purples, pinks, and oranges scatter like stained glass throughout the portrait, dissolving into the natural scene. The bright blue eyes stand out against warm sunset tones, creating a dreamlike fusion of reality and abstraction. Ethereal blue floral portrait. A mesmerizing artistic portrait showing a profile with porcelain white skin and closed eyes adorned with blue eyeshadow. The figure's hair and neck transform into a cascade of delicate blue flowers and branches. The composition features watercolor-like effects in shades of powder blue to deep azure, with sparkles scattered throughout. Thin organic branches weave through the floral elements, creating a dreamy flow where human form merges with nature. The cool color palette of whites, blues, and grays creates a serene, winter-like atmosphere. Textured portrait in earth tones. This is an artistic portrait showing a side profile view, emerging from a textured background that resembles cracked or folded paper. The image features a stunning interplay of warm earth tones, transitioning from cream to terracotta to deep russet browns. The background has a unique organic texture that appears like dried earth or weathered leather, with natural creases and folds creating depth and dimension. The profile features delicate features with luminous pale skin, a soft pink lip, and a striking green eye visible from the angle. The composition creates an ethereal, dreamlike quality where the face seems to emerge from or merge with the textured background, blurring the line between figure and environment. The lighting is soft and warm, enhancing the organic, natural feeling of the piece. Golden floral fantasy portrait. This is a stunning digital art piece that combines surreal and elegant elements. The image features a profile view rendered in a dramatic contrast of deep navy blues and lustrous golds. The figure appears to be emerging from or merging with an elaborate composition of golden floral elements and swirling designs. Delicate golden flowers with detailed petals bloom around the profile, while intricate metallic feather-like or leaf-like patterns sweep across the composition. The artwork has a luxurious, ethereal quality, enhanced by small golden orbs or droplets scattered throughout the piece. The color palette creates a rich, opulent feeling with its combination of dark, mysterious blues and brilliant metallic golds. The style is highly detailed and ornate, reminiscent of Art Nouveau with its flowing organic forms and decorative elements. The overall effect is both magical and sophisticated, creating a dreamlike atmosphere that blends natural and fantastical elements. Cosmic Ocean Eye Fantasy. A surreal digital artwork featuring a giant blue eye emerging from an ocean surface. The eye is surrounded by magical water splashes infused with cosmic elements, sparkling stars, nebula-like colors, and glitter effects. The bright blue iris glows while the composition is enhanced with ethereal lights in blues, whites, and rainbow hues. The water below mirrors the celestial display, creating a dreamlike atmosphere that bridges the cosmic and earthly realms. Stained glass portrait, green eyes. This is a striking, artistic portrait rendered in a stained glass style, featuring vibrant colors and mosaic-like fragments. The image is particularly notable for its stunning green and yellow luminescent eyes that seem to glow against the darker skin tones. The composition is enhanced by a blue and turquoise background that creates a celestial or ethereal quality. The subject wears what appears to be a hood or head covering, and delicate gold earrings can be seen dangling from their ears. The overall effect creates a mesmerizing blend of modern portraiture and traditional stained glass artistry, with each fragment precisely placed to create depth and dimension. The crackled texture throughout the image enhances the stained glass effect, while the use of light and shadow gives the portrait a three-dimensional quality. Ethereal, golden, phoenix, being. This is a stunning piece of digital art depicting a mystical being with phoenix-like qualities. The image features an ethereal profile view with intricate golden and copper feather-like patterns flowing across the face and extending outward. The color palette is dominated by warm tones, rich golds, burning oranges, and deep crimsons that create a luminous, supernatural effect. The subject has closed eyes with long lashes and delicate features that appear almost mask-like in their perfection. The background has a soft bokeh effect with warm golden lights, enhancing the magical atmosphere. The detailing is exquisite, with fine lines that appear to be etched in light, creating a mesmerizing pattern of swirling flame-like designs. The overall effect is both elegant and otherworldly, suggesting a being of fire and light. Cyberpunk portrait with roses. This is a striking digital art piece that blends organic and mechanical elements in a cyberpunk style. The image shows a face with a textured, grid-like pattern overlaying the features, suggesting a digital or technological transformation. The subject wears a dark hat adorned with deep burgundy roses, creating a beautiful contrast between the mechanical and natural elements. A green frame or background surrounds the portrait, adding to the overall mysterious atmosphere. The face appears contemplative, with detailed eyes that seem to hold both human emotion and mechanical precision. The artwork demonstrates excellent use of lighting, with a soft glow illuminating the face from below, while mechanical details and circuitry-like patterns are visible along the edges. The composition creates a fascinating juxtaposition between beauty and technology, nature and machine. Winter fantasy portrait. A ethereal, winter-themed artistic portrait featuring striking turquoise eyes and pale luminous skin. The image is adorned with delicate golden leaves and branches dusted with snow. Blue sparkles and crystalline details create a magical atmosphere across the face, while snowflakes and frost frame the composition. The lighting is soft and dreamlike, creating an otherworldly winter fantasy aesthetic. The color palette consists of icy blues, warm golds, and pristine whites, lending to its enchanted winter theme. The artistic style combines photorealistic details with fantasy elements, creating a captivating blend of reality and magic. Ethereal eye through sheer veil. A stunning macro photograph captures a close-up of an amber-colored eye with long, dark eyelashes, viewed through a delicate, translucent veil fabric. The veil creates a dreamy, ethereal effect with rainbow-like iridescent reflections and prismatic light patterns dancing across the frame. The fabric appears to be a soft pink or cream color, with a fine mesh texture that adds depth and dimension to the image. The eye itself is beautifully detailed, showing the intricate patterns of the iris in warm honey-brown tones. The composition is intimate and artistic, blending fashion and portrait photography elements with an almost otherworldly quality due to the play of light through the sheer material. Mystical blue, fantasy eye. A stunning digital artwork featuring an ethereal close-up of an eye with extraordinary detail and fantasy elements. The eye itself is a brilliant electric blue, surrounded by sweeping dynamic brushstrokes that appear to be a combination of feathers and cosmic energy. The artwork is dominated by deep blues and teals, with scattered sparkles and light effects that create a magical, otherworldly atmosphere. The eyelashes are dramatically rendered in black, and there's a beautiful interplay of light and shadow throughout the piece. Golden highlights and luminescent particles add depth and a magical quality to the composition. The overall effect is both dreamlike and captivating, suggesting a blend of human and supernatural elements. Ethereal bridal veil portrait. A stunning close-up portrait showcasing someone partially veiled in delicate sheer tulle fabric. The image has a dreamy, romantic quality, with scattered light sparkles creating a magical atmosphere. The lighting is warm and golden, casting a beautiful glow on the skin through the translucent veil. The photograph captures fine details, including long eyelashes and glossy lips, while the mesh pattern of the veil creates an intricate play of light and shadow across the features. The overall mood is ethereal and enchanting, with bokeh effects and sparkles in the background adding to the fairy tale-like quality of the image. The color palette consists of warm golds, soft browns, and romantic amber tones. Mystical eye over sunset lake. A surreal digital artwork featuring a giant luminous eye in the sky, its amber golden iris reflecting a sunset. The eye's brow dissolves into cosmic lights of blues, greens, and purples. Below, two silhouetted figures stand on stone steps beside a reflective lake, gazing at golden mountains on the horizon. Slender trees line the shore, their dark forms contrasting against the glowing sky. The scene combines warm sunset hues with cool cosmic elements, while sparkling particles add magical atmosphere throughout. Mystical cherry blossom lake sunset. A breathtaking fantasy landscape featuring a serene lake dotted with dark rocks and illuminated by a warm sunset. Cherry blossom trees with vibrant pink flowers frame the scene, their twisted trunks adding character to the composition. Beautiful pink lotus flowers float on the water's surface, glowing with an ethereal light. Small magical fairy lights or fireflies twinkle among the rocks and trees, creating a mystical atmosphere. In the background, majestic mountains rise through a misty haze, while dramatic clouds painted in golden sunset colors fill the sky. The water reflects the peaceful scene perfectly, creating a mirror-like surface that adds to the magical quality of the image. The color palette is dominated by soft pinks, warm oranges, cool blues, and deep grays, creating a harmonious and dreamlike aesthetic that appears inspired by Asian landscape art and fantasy illustrations. Ethereal turquoise portrait art. A striking artistic portrait featuring an ethereal face split between turquoise and deep blue tones. The most captivating elements are the brilliant turquoise-green eyes that seem to pierce through the composition. The artwork has a watercolor-like quality with paint drips and a cracked texture overlay, giving it a contemporary, abstract feel. The left side of the face is painted in vibrant mint green hues, while the right transitions into deeper ocean blues, creating a dramatic duality. The piece demonstrates exceptional detail in the facial features, particularly the eyes and lips, while maintaining a dreamlike, fluid quality. The background fades to a lighter misty gray, and there are distinctive black paint drips at the bottom of the composition. The overall effect is haunting and beautiful, mixing realism with abstract expressionism. Ethereal green forest spirit. A mesmerizing artistic portrait bathed entirely in emerald green tones, creating an otherworldly, mystical atmosphere. The image shows a face with striking, luminous green eyes that seem to glow from within. The skin appears to have a textured, almost bark-like quality, merging with leaves that frame the upper portion of the face. The lighting creates an ethereal effect, with varying shades of turquoise and emerald green creating depth and dimension. The composition suggests a forest spirit or dryad, with the natural elements seamlessly blending into the facial features. The overall effect is both haunting and beautiful, with a supernatural quality that bridges the gap between human and nature. Cosmic porcelain portrait. This is a stunning artistic portrait showing a side profile view that appears to be breaking or cracking like porcelain. The skin has an ethereal, pale white quality, while the hair and surrounding areas feature a beautiful cosmic theme, with deep blues, purples, and teal colors, reminiscent of a galaxy or nebula. There are intricate crack patterns throughout the image that create an interesting contrast between the smooth skin and the fractured portions. The lips are soft and natural toned, and the closed eye shows delicate eyelashes. The overall effect is dreamlike and surreal, combining elements of fragility and cosmic beauty. The artwork has a digital painting quality, with incredible attention to detail in the stellar effects and the delicate fracture patterns. The composition creates a powerful contrast between the pristine porcelain-like skin and the cosmic chaos surrounding it. Mystical blue forest spirit. This is a stunning fantasy digital artwork featuring an ethereal figure with luminescent blue skin adorned with intricate, organic patterns. The artwork is dominated by deep blues, teals, and touches of iridescent greens. The subject appears peacefully serene, with closed eyes, surrounded by flowing, leaf-like forms that seem to be part botanical and part magical essence. The skin has a shimmering, almost crystalline quality, with tiny sparkles that resemble stars or dewdrops. Delicate, ornate patterns sweep across the composition, featuring curved lines and spiraling forms that suggest both plant life and mystical energy. The lighting is dramatic and otherworldly, with glowing highlights that create an enchanted atmosphere. The overall effect is reminiscent of a nature spirit or forest deity, blending organic and supernatural elements in a harmonious composition. Cosmic beauty in blue. A stunning artistic portrait rendered in ethereal shades of blue and purple, showing a close-up view of a face with an otherworldly, celestial quality. The skin appears to be cracking or fragmenting like glass, revealing a cosmic galaxy pattern underneath, with twinkling stars and nebulae. The eyes are a striking bright blue, almost crystalline in appearance, while the lips are painted in a deep purple shade. The overall composition creates a haunting blend of beauty and surrealism, with a color palette dominated by deep space blues, cosmic purples, and silvery highlights. The cracked pattern throughout the face gives the impression of a celestial being, breaking through a mortal facade, with starlight seeping through the cracks. The artwork has a magical, fantasy-like quality that bridges the gap between human beauty and cosmic wonder. Ethereal blue fantasy portrait. A mesmerizing digital artwork depicting a profile view set against a dark background. adorned with intricate, luminescent blue floral and leaf-like patterns. The artwork features ethereal, glowing elements that appear to be part of a magical or fantasy-inspired design. The composition is dominated by shades of blue from deep navy to bright glowing electric blue, with scattered light effects creating a bokeh effect in the background. The detailing includes delicate, swirling patterns that emit a ghostly blue light, giving the piece a otherworldly mystical quality. The artwork combines organic, flowing elements with a crystalline, frost-like aesthetic, creating a stunning blend of natural and supernatural elements. The overall effect is dreamlike and enchanting, with the glowing patterns seeming to emanate magical energy. Twilight Solitude, I the Lake. A hauntingly beautiful twilight scene captures a solitary figure standing by a long wooden boat at the edge of a serene lake. The image is dominated by deep blue tones, creating a moody and contemplative atmosphere. The sky features scattered clouds against a darkening blue backdrop, while the lake's surface perfectly mirrors the celestial scene above, creating a stunning reflection. The silhouetted figure, wearing what appears to be heavy clothing, stands in quiet contemplation beside the traditional wooden boat that stretches along the shoreline. The landscape is framed by gentle hills or mountains in the distance, their dark shapes contrasting against the illuminated sky. The overall composition evokes a sense of peaceful solitude and connection with nature, while the blue hour lighting adds a mystical quality to the scene. Dreamwalker's Ethereal Shore. A surreal and dreamlike digital artwork that combines a profile view of a serene face dissolving into flowing, wind-swept patterns with a minimalist coastal landscape below. The image is rendered in soft, misty blues and whites, creating an ethereal atmosphere. The face appears to be emerging from or merging with the sky itself, while below, two small silhouetted figures stand on curved, wave-like terrain against a misty mountain backdrop. The composition creates a stunning double exposure effect, where the natural elements seem to flow through and become one with the facial features. The overall mood is peaceful and contemplative, with a distinctly ethereal and otherworldly quality. The artwork masterfully blends organic shapes with surreal elements, suggesting themes of nature, consciousness, and human connection to the landscape. Cosmic Eye in Rain. A stunning macro photograph of an eye with water droplets, creating an ethereal and otherworldly effect. The iris is captured in spectacular detail, showing brilliant colors of amber and turquoise that seem to glow from within, reminiscent of a nebula or cosmic formation. The eyelashes are dark and defined, while water droplets scatter across the surface like stars in a night sky. The surrounding area has a deep blue tint, and crystalline water droplets create a mesmerizing pattern around the eye. The composition creates a powerful contrast between the warm colors of the iris and the cool blue tones of the surrounding area, making the image appear both intimate and vast at the same time. The photograph has an artistic, surreal quality that bridges the gap between human anatomy and celestial imagery. Ethereal Abandoned Window Room. A hauntingly beautiful abandoned room bathed in ethereal turquoise and blue light streaming through a large industrial window. The floor is covered in broken pieces, possibly shattered glass or tiles that reflect the otherworldly glow from outside. The window panes are divided into a grid pattern, and beyond them appears to be a mysterious, misty atmosphere in vibrant aqua tones. The contrast between the dark, deteriorating interior and the luminescent light creates a mesmerizing, almost supernatural atmosphere. The room appears to be in a state of decay, with damaged walls and debris, yet the magical quality of the light transforms the space into something dreamlike and enchanting. Magical Blue Ocean Fish. A stunning fantasy illustration of a magnificent blue fish leaping through an ocean wave. The fish appears to be a hybrid of traditional and mythical designs, with elaborate flowing fins and scales that shimmer with metallic blue hues. Its body is adorned with intricate scale patterns and elongated ribbon-like fins that dance in the motion. The ocean wave beneath it is rendered in deep turquoise tones, with water droplets sparkling like crystals in the air. The background features a warm golden sunset sky with soft clouds, creating a dramatic contrast with the cool blues of the water and the fish. The overall composition creates a sense of movement and magic, with the fish appearing to be both part of the wave and emerging from it. The lighting effects and water details give the image a dreamlike, ethereal quality. Artistic portrait in blue tones. This is a beautifully rendered digital art portrait in a distinctive artistic style. The image features striking green eyes that draw immediate attention, framed by short black hair. The lighting creates a soft, ethereal quality, with blue and turquoise tones dominating the color palette. The portrait has a painterly quality, with rough, artistic edges that fade into white, creating a dynamic frame effect. The subject is wearing what appears to be a dark hat, and the overall composition has a dreamy, contemporary digital art aesthetic. The skin tones are rendered with subtle variations of pink and cool undertones, while the lips have a soft, rosy hue. The technique appears to blend digital painting with photographic elements, resulting in a highly stylized and atmospheric piece. Ethereal eye in blue light. This is a stunning macro photograph of a human eye, captured with extraordinary detail and artistic lighting. The image is dominated by ethereal blue tones that create a mystical, almost supernatural atmosphere. The eye's iris is visible with its intricate patterns, glowing in golden and amber hues, creating a striking contrast against the surrounding blue illumination. Long eyelashes frame the top and bottom of the eye, appearing silhouetted against the dreamy blue background. There's a beautiful play of light with bokeh effects, creating scattered blue dots throughout the image, giving it an almost cosmic or underwater quality. The photograph has a remarkable depth and dimensionality, with crystalline sparkles that make it appear as if the eye is adorned with microscopic diamonds or stars. The overall effect is both intimate and otherworldly, blending natural human features with an almost fantasy-like artistic treatment. Cracked faces in blue. This is a striking artistic portrait showing two faces in profile, rendered in a dramatic style that combines realism with surreal elements. The faces appear to be breaking or cracking like porcelain, with a textured, fractured surface that reveals layers of blue, turquoise, and slate gray tones beneath. The most prominent features are the piercing blue eyes and well-defined facial features. One face appears more pale and pristine, while the other has darker, more weathered textures. The composition creates a powerful contrast between light and dark, smooth and broken surfaces. There's an ethereal quality to the artwork, enhanced by the delicate interplay of cool colors and the intricate cracking patterns that give the piece a profound sense of fragility and transformation. The style suggests digital art or mixed media, with a highly detailed and emotionally evocative execution. Mesmerizing turquoise, human eye. A stunning macro photograph of a human eye with an extraordinarily vibrant turquoise blue iris. The detail captured is remarkable, showing the intricate patterns and textures of the iris, which radiates outward from the black pupil like a starburst. There's a striking ring of golden yellow near the pupil that transitions into brilliant aqua blue tones. The image is incredibly sharp, revealing the fine details of the eye's structure, including the delicate eyelashes and the glossy, wet surface of the eye. The bottom portion of the image appears to have a green-tinted overlay or reflection, creating an artistic effect that complements the natural colors of the iris. The photograph demonstrates exceptional technical skill in macro photography and creates an almost otherworldly, mesmerizing effect. Ethereal, veiled, winter beauty. This is a striking, artistic portrait, featuring an ethereal, almost supernatural close-up of a face, draped in delicate, translucent white fabric resembling a veil. The most captivating elements are the intense, piercing blue eyes that seem to glow against pale skin and the surrounding cosmic-like purple and blue shadows. The image has a winter-like quality with what appears to be droplets of water or snow scattered across the veil. The skin appears almost porcelain-like in its perfection, with pale, softly painted lips. The overall color palette consists of cool tones, whites, blues, and lavenders, creating an otherworldly, frost-like atmosphere. The composition is intimate and dreamlike, with the gauzy fabric creating a mysterious and ethereal quality that makes the subject appear almost like a winter spirit or ice queen. Cosmic eye in fractured sky. A striking artistic composition featuring an incredibly detailed human eye with a brilliant blue iris set against a fractured, metallic background. The eye appears almost hyper-realistic, with clearly defined eyelashes and intricate details in the iris that seem to glow with an ethereal blue light. The surrounding area is depicted as a broken or shattered surface, reminiscent of cracked paint or metal, with hints of silver, gray, and deep blue tones interspersed with glowing points of light that evoke a starry night sky. The contrast between the organic, living eye and the mechanical, fractured background creates a powerful, surreal effect, suggesting themes of humanity within technology or the intersection of natural and artificial elements. Mesmerizing golden eye abstract. This is a striking artistic photograph of a human eye, rendered in a contemporary digital art style. The eye itself is remarkably detailed, featuring a vibrant amber gold iris with intricate patterns radiating from the pupil. The image is set against a dramatic background composed of fragmented geometric shapes in black, white, and gray tones, creating a glitch art or broken glass effect. The eyelashes are particularly detailed and catch the light, appearing almost crystalline. Golden sparkles and light effects are scattered throughout the composition, adding a magical or technological feeling to the piece. The contrast between the organic, detailed eye and the abstract, geometric background creates a compelling visual tension. The overall mood is mysterious and futuristic, suggesting themes of technology, consciousness, and human perception. Magical sunset through sheer fabric. A breathtaking artistic photograph capturing the interplay between delicate sheer dark fabric and a golden sunset over water. The fabric appears to be floating or billowing in the wind, with tiny sparkles and light particles creating a magical ethereal effect. The sun appears as a perfect golden orb on the horizon, casting warm orange and yellow light across the scene. The dark fabric, possibly tulle or a similar material, is adorned with what appears to be glitter or light catches that sparkle in blues, golds, and turquoise colors, creating an almost celestial or cosmic effect. The composition creates a dreamy, fantasy-like atmosphere where the natural sunset light mingles with the artificial sparkle of the fabric, resulting in an image that bridges reality and magic. Ethereal figure in misty light. A dreamlike, ethereal photograph of a figure in a flowing pale blue dress appears to be floating or suspended in a misty, atmospheric setting. Their long dark hair is dramatically windswept, creating a striking silhouette against the soft, hazy background. The image has a mysterious and supernatural quality, enhanced by the dreamy, desaturated color palette, dominated by pale blues and whites. The composition creates an illusion of weightlessness, with the figure appearing to drift between earth and sky. The photograph's soft focus and atmospheric effects give it an almost ghostly or otherworldly feeling, suggesting themes of transcendence, freedom, or escape. The overall aesthetic is reminiscent of Romantic and Gothic imagery, with a contemporary fine art photography approach. Magical Seaside Palace. A stunning fantasy scene depicting an ornate Asian-inspired palace, perched on the edge of a pristine beach. The palace features elegant curved roofs in purple and blue hues, with warm golden lights glowing from within its elaborate archways and windows. Magical blue illumination emanates from the base of the grand staircase leading to the water's edge. The oceanscape is breathtaking, with crystal-clear turquoise waters, distant rocky outcrops, and misty mountains in the background. The beach shows a beautiful interplay of wet and dry sand, scattered with rocks, while gentle waves lap at the shore. The lighting creates an ethereal atmosphere, with the bright afternoon sun sparkling on the water's surface, contrasting with the magical glow of the palace. The overall effect is reminiscent of a scene from a fairy tale or high fantasy story, blending natural beauty with magical architecture. Ethereal Winter Fantasy Portrait. A striking artistic portrait rendered in cool, ethereal tones, dominated by whites, silvers, and ice blues. The image focuses on a close-up side profile featuring an intense blue eye with long, dramatic eyelashes. The skin appears porcelain-like, almost translucent, with a flawless, frost-like quality. Delicate silver and white decorative swirls, resembling frost patterns or winter flora, adorn the face, accompanied by sparkling water droplets or ice crystals that catch the light. The overall composition has a magical, winter fantasy aesthetic, blending realistic details with otherworldly elements. The lighting is soft yet dramatic, creating an ethereal glow that enhances the mysterious and enchanted atmosphere of the piece. Ethereal Moon Spirit Fantasy. A mesmerizing fantasy digital artwork depicting a mystical ethereal being with luminescent blue skin and flowing ethereal hair that appears to dissolve into sparkling stardust. The profile view shows delicate features with closed eyes and azure lips, emanating an otherworldly glow. The background features a large turquoise moon in a dreamy teal sky, creating an enchanting celestial atmosphere. The artwork is characterized by a stunning play of blues and teals, with glittering particles and translucent, wing-like elements that give the piece a magical, ethereal quality. The overall style is highly detailed digital art with an emphasis on luminescence and ethereal effects, creating a dreamlike and supernatural mood. Misty Harbor at Dawn. A breathtaking seascape captured during sunrise or sunset, featuring dramatic crepuscular rays bursting through clouds in a turquoise blue sky. A solitary boat sits perfectly centered in the frame, silhouetted against the golden sun and its reflection on the perfectly still water. The scene is enhanced by a light morning mist hovering over the water's surface, creating an ethereal atmosphere. Mountains or hills can be seen in the distance along the shoreline, partially shrouded in haze. The water appears like a mirror, creating perfect reflections of the dramatic sky above. The color palette consists of serene blues, soft golds, and silvery tones, creating a peaceful and contemplative mood. The composition is masterfully balanced, with the sun's rays creating leading lines that draw the eye to the central boat. Cosmic Lotus Flower. A stunning digital art piece featuring a lotus flower with an ethereal cosmic theme. The flower petals are rendered in deep blues and turquoise, transitioning to a luminescent green at its center. The petals appear to contain miniature galaxies, with sparkling stars and nebulous effects scattered throughout their surfaces. Each petal has a glossy, almost crystalline quality, with white highlights that suggest dewdrops or starlight. The background is a deep black that enhances the magical, celestial quality of the flower. The overall composition creates a mesmerizing blend of natural beauty and cosmic wonder, suggesting a connection between the earthly and the celestial. The artistic style is highly detailed and realistic in terms of the flower's structure, while incorporating fantastical elements that give it an otherworldly appearance. Cosmic Eye in Stardust. A mesmerizing artistic composition featuring an eye surrounded by swirling cosmic elements. The image combines warm golden light with deep blue-black space tones, creating a magical celestial atmosphere. The eye is rendered in stunning detail, with golden light seeming to emanate from within, while the surrounding area features intricate dotted patterns and flowing lines reminiscent of stars and cosmic dust. The artwork has ethereal quality, with sparkles and light effects scattered throughout, and flowing hair-like or wave-like patterns that blend into the starry background. The color palette transitions from intense warm golds near the eye to cooler blues and teals in the outer regions, with small points of light scattered like stars throughout the composition. The overall effect is both surreal and captivating, suggesting a fusion between human features and cosmic elements. Surreal Winter Eye Landscape. This is a striking surrealist artwork that combines a close-up of a vivid blue eye with winter landscape elements. The eye is highly detailed, with long eyelashes and an intensely blue iris that seems to glow from within. The surrounding composition features black silhouetted trees on the left side and a pattern of white circular orbs that could represent snowfall or bokeh light effects. The entire image has a distinctive dripping or melting effect, with vertical lines streaming downward, creating a sense of dissolving reality. The color palette transitions from cool blues and whites to darker tones, giving it a winter-like atmosphere. The combination of organic tree forms with the surreal treatment of the eye creates a dreamlike quality that bridges reality and fantasy. The technical execution suggests digital art, with sharp detail in the eye contrasting with the abstract elements around it. Cosmic Eye in Turquoise. This is a stunning artistic rendering of a human eye with an otherworldly, cosmic quality. The iris is depicted in vibrant turquoise and emerald tones, with hints of yellow, creating an appearance reminiscent of a nebula or aurora. The detail is extraordinary, showing individual eyelashes and subtle reflections in the glossy surface of the eye. Small white dots, like stars or water droplets, are scattered throughout the composition, adding a magical, celestial quality. The surrounding area features sweeping curves in deep blues and teals, with touches of cream and white that create a sense of depth and movement. The overall effect is both surreal and beautiful, blending realistic anatomical detail with fantasy elements to create an ethereal, space-inspired piece of art. Turquoise Cracked Nature Portrait. This is a striking artistic portrait that combines elements of nature with surreal effects. The image shows a close-up profile view partially obscured by green leaves, with the subject's skin appearing to be made of or overlaid with a cracked, turquoise-colored surface, reminiscent of broken glass or ice. The color palette is dominated by deep teals, turquoise, and silvery blues, creating an ethereal, otherworldly effect. The eye is particularly prominent, featuring dark makeup and long lashes, and peers through the fractured surface. The contrast between the organic soft leaves and the crystalline broken texture of the skin creates a fascinating interplay between nature and artifice. The lighting gives the cracked surface a luminescent quality, with some areas appearing to glow with an inner blue-green light. The overall effect is mystical and dreamlike, suggesting a connection between human form and natural elements. Purple Flower with Dewdrops. A stunning macro photograph of a delicate purple flower, likely an iris or similar bloom, with perfect water droplets adorning its petals. The image captures incredible detail, showing the flower's intricate vein patterns and translucent texture. The color palette is dominated by various shades of purple and lavender, creating an ethereal, dreamy atmosphere. The water droplets act like tiny magnifying glasses, reflecting and refracting light, adding sparkle and dimension to the image. The background has a soft bokeh effect that enhances the magical quality of the photograph. The composition is perfectly centered on the flower's inner structure, highlighting its natural geometry and beauty. Watched by the Giant Eye. A surreal and striking digital art piece featuring a massive, hyper-realistic green eye floating above a small figure in a long blue dress. The eye is incredibly detailed, showing intricate iris patterns in vivid emerald green, with clear reflections and long eyelashes. The background has a unique textured pattern of horizontal lines that creates an undulating, almost fabric-like effect across the image. The contrast between the enormous eye and the tiny solitary figure creates a powerful sense of being watched or observed. The color palette moves from warm copper tones at the top to cooler beiges at the bottom, with the deep blue of the dress standing out against this gradient. The composition suggests themes of surveillance, self-awareness, or divine observation, creating an atmosphere that is both mysterious and slightly unsettling. Mystical Digital Eye of Light. a stunning digital artwork featuring a highly detailed human eye surrounded by swirling streams of golden light and energy. The eye itself is rendered in warm amber tones, with intricate iris details showing a realistic pattern of radial striations. The surrounding space is filled with flowing, wave-like patterns of light that create a sense of magical or technological energy, dotted with sparkling points of light like stars. The overall color palette is dominated by warm oranges and golds, creating an ethereal and almost supernatural atmosphere. The combination of the organic eye structure with the digital light patterns suggests a fusion of humanity and technology, or perhaps a glimpse into a cosmic or supernatural realm. The detail and lighting effects create a mesmerizing and dynamic composition that draws the viewer into its depths. Majestic fish riding ocean wave. A stunning digital artwork featuring a large, detailed blue and white fish emerging from a dramatic ocean wave. The fish has intricate dotted patterns on its scales and a distinctive face with a clear eye and defined mouth. The wave is rendered in vibrant shades of blue and white, with dynamic splashing water and foam, creating a powerful sense of motion. In the background, there's a misty silhouette of what appears to be a traditional Asian pagoda or temple. Adding a mystical Eastern aesthetic to the scene. The overall color palette is dominated by various shades of blue, creating a cohesive and serene, yet dynamic underwater atmosphere. The composition combines photorealistic elements with artistic styling, particularly in how the water is rendered, making it both dramatic and visually striking. Mesmerizing golden eye close-up. This is a striking macro photograph of a human eye captured in exceptional detail. The eye features a stunning amber golden iris with intricate patterns and a deep black pupil at its center. The eye makeup is expertly applied, with dark smoky eyeshadow and precise black eyeliner that accentuates the eye's natural beauty. Long, luxurious eyelashes frame the eye perfectly. The image has a soft, a dreamy quality with a blurred gray background that makes the eye the clear focal point. The photography technique creates an artistic and almost ethereal atmosphere, while maintaining incredible sharpness in capturing the eye's detailed textures and colors. Ethereal purple fantasy portrait. A stunning digital art portrait rendered in mesmerizing purple and silver tones. The artwork features an ethereal face with remarkable detail, striking crystalline blue eyes that seem to glow with an inner light, and purple-tinted lips. The most distinctive feature is the flowing, metallic-looking hair that appears to be made of intricate purple-silver strands with a subtle shimmer effect. Small dots of light or sparkles are scattered across the skin and hair, creating a magical, otherworldly appearance. The lighting in the image creates a warm golden glow in the background that contrasts beautifully with the cool purple tones of the main subject. The style is highly detailed and polished, combining realistic rendering with fantasy elements to create a captivating atmospheric piece. Cosmic Face in Stardust. A stunning digital art piece depicting an ethereal face emerging from or dissolving into a cosmic background. The image is split between warm and cool tones. The left side features golden, orange, and amber colors that shimmer like stardust, while the right side transitions into deep blues, turquoise, and ethereal greens reminiscent of a nebula. The face appears serene, with closed or half-closed eyes and slightly parted lips, creating a dreamlike quality. The skin appears luminescent, with particles of light scattered across the features. The entire composition is dotted with star-like points of light and swirling cosmic patterns, creating a beautiful fusion between human form and celestial elements. The technique appears to use digital painting with particle effects to create a mystical, otherworldly atmosphere that bridges the gap between the corporeal and the cosmic. Tropical, paradise, beach, sunrise. A breathtaking seascape capturing the perfect harmony of dawn at a tropical beach. The image showcases gentle waves washing up on pristine golden sand, creating delicate foam patterns as they reach the shore. The water transitions beautifully from turquoise in the distance to crystal clear at the shoreline. Magnificent white cumulus clouds dominate the sky, their towering forms contrasting against the deep blue atmosphere. The sun is rising on the horizon, casting dramatic rays through the clouds and creating a warm, peaceful glow that reflects off both the water and wet sand. The composition creates a sense of serenity and natural beauty, with the curved leading lines of the foam drawing the viewer's eye from the foreground into the scenic distance. Golden Hour Portrait. A striking backlit portrait captured during the golden hour, with warm sunlight streaming through a window creating a luminous halo effect around the subject's silhouette. The image has a dreamy, atmospheric quality, with a beautiful interplay of light and shadow. The subject is shown in profile, with wispy strands of hair catching the light to create an ethereal rim lighting effect. The composition is intimate and artistic, with a mint green wall in the background, providing a soft contrast to the warm golden tones. The lighting technique creates dramatic shadows while maintaining subtle detail, resulting in a moody and contemplative aesthetic. Surreal Pearl Face in Nature. This is a striking surrealist digital artwork featuring a large sculptural face emerging from or merging with a serene landscape. The face has a pearl-like textured surface with a detailed mosaic or scaled pattern throughout. It appears to be in a peaceful, contemplative expression with closed eyes, rendered in soft whites and mint greens. The surrounding environment includes stylized mushrooms or fungi, with dome-like caps in the foreground and simplified, ethereal trees in the background. The entire scene has a dreamlike quality, with a consistent dotted or stippled texture throughout, creating a harmonious blend between the face and its surroundings. The color palette is predominantly mint green and ivory white, giving the piece a calm, otherworldly atmosphere. The lighting is soft and diffused, adding to the mystical nature of the composition. Mysterious Eyes in Winter Storm. This is a striking portrait photograph taken during what appears to be a snowy or rainy day. The subject is wearing a dark green hood and a tan face covering that conceals most of their features except for their eyes, which are a remarkable pale blue-gray color that contrasts beautifully with their darker skin tone. They are wearing a purple winter jacket, and there are visible water droplets or snowflakes in the scene, adding to the atmospheric quality. The photograph has a mysterious and captivating quality, with the eyes being the focal point of the composition. The color palette consists of deep purples, forest greens, and warm tans, creating a rich and moody atmosphere. The image is professionally shot with excellent detail and focus, particularly in capturing the moisture droplets and the texture of the fabrics. Floral Porcelain Dream. This is a stunning artistic composition that blends organic and artificial elements in a harmonious way. The image shows a profile view of what appears to be a figure with porcelain-like skin that's cracking and fragmenting, revealing intricate golden filigree patterns underneath. White cherry blossoms or similar delicate flowers emerge from and surround the figure, creating a sense of natural beauty merging with the artificial. The color palette is dominated by soft whites, creams, and pale golds, with subtle hints of pink in the flowers and lips. The background is misty and ethereal, with floating flower petals and sparkles adding to the magical atmosphere. The overall style is reminiscent of high-end digital art or concept photography, combining elements of surrealism with Baroque detailing. The image evokes themes of transformation, fragility, and the intersection of nature with artificial beauty. Mystical Blue Butterfly Dreams. A mesmerizing digital artwork featuring a portrait draped in a deep blue hijab, adorned with shimmering water droplets and magical sparkles. The image is dominated by ethereal blue tones, creating a mystical atmosphere. The subject has striking blue eyes that seem to reflect an inner light, and their skin appears luminescent with a subtle glow. Beautiful blue and purple butterflies hover nearby, their wings detailed with intricate patterns. The composition is enhanced by glowing particles and dewdrops that catch the light, creating a dreamlike quality. The artwork masterfully combines realism with fantasy elements, using a color palette of deep blues, purples, and subtle pink undertones. The overall effect is both enchanting and serene, suggesting a connection between nature and magic. Ethereal Glitter Water Portrait. A mesmerizing artistic portrait capturing the upper portion of a face, partially submerged in water. The image is enhanced with spectacular glitter and sparkle effects, creating an ethereal, fairy-like quality. The eyes are particularly striking, surrounded by what appears to be iridescent, sparkly makeup or digital effects in shades of blue, purple, and silver. Delicate shimmering lines that could be hair or light trails cascade across the image, catching light like fiber optics. The water appears dark and mysterious, creating gentle ripples where it meets the skin. The overall color palette consists of cool tones, blues, silvers, and purples, with warm highlights that give the image a magical, dreamlike quality. The composition is intimate and creates an otherworldly atmosphere that bridges reality and fantasy. Moonlit Night by the Water. A stunning nighttime scene, capturing a serene and ethereal moment. Three silhouetted figures are visible along what appears to be a dock or pier extending into dark, reflective waters. A large, luminous full moon hangs in the sky, clearly visible through what seems to be a geometric grid or framework. The scene is dotted with countless points of light, resembling stars or artificial lights, creating parallel lines across the dark background. The overall atmosphere is deeply atmospheric and contemplative, with a beautiful interplay between light and shadow. The water surface reflects the ambient light, creating a glossy, mirror-like effect. The composition creates a sense of scale and solitude, with the small human figures dwarfed by the vast nighttime landscape and the prominent moon. Winter Spirit in Bloom. This is a stunning digital art piece that blends fantasy with winter themes. The image shows an ethereal face emerging from or merging with a snowy winter landscape. The face features striking green eyes and delicate peachy skin tones, adorned with intricate white lace-like patterns and small white flowers that seem to grow from the skin itself. The background showcases snow-covered trees with white blossoms against a cool, bluish-gray sky. The artwork has a remarkable attention to detail, with crystalline formations and delicate textures that create a seamless transition between the organic and the natural elements. The overall color palette consists of whites, soft greens, peachy pinks, and cool blues, giving the piece a serene yet magical quality. The composition suggests a spirit of winter or a personification of nature, with the face appearing both part of and emerging from the winter landscape. Cosmic, ethereal blue eyes. A stunning artistic portrait showing an extreme close-up of bright blue eyes, surrounded by a cosmic, ethereal design. The image features a mesmerizing blend of deep blues, turquoise, and golden sparkles that create a galaxy-like effect across the face. The skin appears to be decorated with glittering particles that resemble stars and cosmic dust. The composition creates a magical, otherworldly atmosphere with its combination of human features and celestial elements. The striking blue irises appear to glow against the dark cosmic background, while sparkles and light effects add a supernatural, fantasy-like quality to the image. The color palette transitions from deep space blues to ethereal turquoise and warm golden accents, creating a dreamlike and mystical atmosphere. Magical eye in golden light. A striking digital artwork featuring an ultra-detailed close-up of a human eye, rendered in a mystical, ethereal style. The eye appears to be a blue-gray color, surrounded by sweeping, dynamic lines and particles of golden light that create a magical, cosmic atmosphere. The artwork combines hyper-realistic detail in the eye itself, showing intricate eyelashes, subtle skin texture, and detailed iris patterns, with fantasy elements like sparkling golden particles and flowing energy lines that sweep across the image. The color palette focuses on deep grays and blacks contrasted with warm, luminous golds and whites, creating a sense of otherworldly beauty and mystery. The overall composition suggests movement and magic, as if capturing a moment of supernatural transformation or enlightenment. Cracked porcelain face detail. This is a striking close-up photograph of what appears to be a porcelain or ceramic face, focusing on the eye and nose area. The surface is covered in a delicate network of fine cracks, creating a crazing pattern typical of aged ceramics. The piece appears to be in white or off-white, and the detail captures the sculptural form of a closed eye with defined eyelashes and a serene expression. The crackling pattern creates an intricate web-like texture across the smooth surface, adding a sense of age and fragility to the otherwise pristine form. The photography is sharp and intimate, with subtle shadows highlighting the depth of the cracks and the contours of the face. Mystical ocean eye art. A stunning artistic composition merging an extreme close-up of an eye with oceanic elements. The eye itself features an intricate amber and golden iris with detailed striations radiating from the pupil. The surrounding area is decorated with a mesmerizing pattern of blue and turquoise scales or textures, adorned with golden speckles that resemble stars or water droplets. Below the eye, there's a tranquil green ocean with gentle waves. The overall effect creates a magical, fantasy-like quality, where the eye appears to be emerging from or part of the ocean itself. The detail is extraordinary, with every eyelash, water droplet, and textural element rendered in crystalline clarity. The color palette combines deep oceanic blues, ethereal turquoise, warm golds, and rich ambers, creating a harmonious and otherworldly atmosphere. Surreal door on still waters. A striking minimalist composition featuring a mysterious orange illuminated structure with a green arched door, perfectly reflected in still waters. The scene is set against a serene lavender sky at what appears to be dawn or dusk. The structure stands in shallow water, creating a perfect mirror image that doubles its visual impact. To the right, a small silhouette of a person stands on what looks like a pier or platform, adding scale and human element to the surreal scene. The color palette is ethereal, with warm orange tones of the structure contrasting beautifully with the cool purple-blue atmosphere and the deep green of the door. The water is so still it creates an almost perfect mirror effect, making it difficult to distinguish where reality ends and reflection begins. Serene mountain lake dock. A stunning landscape photograph featuring a wooden dock extending into a perfectly still mountain lake. The water is a mesmerizing turquoise-green color that reflects the surrounding landscape like a mirror. Lush green mountains covered in spring or summer foliage frame the scene, creating a peaceful valley setting. In the bright blue sky, a flock of birds flies in formation, adding dynamic movement to the tranquil scene. The wooden pier is well constructed, with parallel planks, and appears to be inviting viewers to walk out over the crystal-clear waters. The lighting suggests early morning or late afternoon, with the mountains taking on a slight misty appearance in the distance. White puffy clouds dot the horizon, completing this serene natural composition. The overall mood is one of absolute tranquility and natural harmony. Ethereal dreams in storm. A surreal digital artwork, showing a monumental face emerging from a stormy landscape. The face has a porcelain-like quality with cracking textures and deep blue highlights around the closed eyes. The surrounding environment features swirling storm clouds, twisted dead trees, and a Gothic castle in the distance. The color palette uses moody blues, grays, and blacks, creating a mysterious atmosphere. The composition blends the serene face with the landscape, where it seems to be both part of the clouds and terrain, suggesting a powerful connection between the figure and nature. Cosmic Eye in Blue. A striking artistic composition featuring a close-up of a bright blue eye surrounded by ethereal, cosmic-like patterns. The image combines realism with fantasy elements, showing a pale, luminous face, partially visible, with the eye as the focal point. Swirling around the eye are spectacular patterns of deep blue and purple hues, dotted with glowing particles and star-like sparkles that create a magical, galaxy-like effect. The contrast between the pale, bright eye and the purple hues is a striking artistic composition. Pristine skin and the dynamic, cosmic blue elements creates a dreamlike quality. The detail in the eye is remarkable, showing clear definition of the iris and lashes, while the surrounding cosmic elements appear to be dancing and floating like celestial matter in space. Mystical Forest Spirit Portrait. A stunning fantasy digital artwork depicting an ethereal being with emerald green glowing eyes and forest-toned skin. The figure is draped in blue-green fabric that appears to be adorned with delicate organic patterns resembling leaf veins. Water droplets sparkle across the surface, adding a magical quality to the image. The lighting creates a luminescent effect on the skin, which has a subtle shimmer, like dewdrops on leaves. The color palette focuses on deep teals, vibrant greens, and cool blues, creating an otherworldly forest atmosphere. Golden accents highlight certain details, suggesting a divine or magical nature. The overall composition evokes the essence of a nature spirit or forest deity with an atmosphere that is both mysterious and enchanting. Winter lakeside with snow trees. A serene winter landscape captured along what appears to be a lakefront or waterfront. The ground is covered in pristine white snow, and a row of bare trees lines the shore, their branches creating delicate silhouettes against a pale blue sky with gentle streaked clouds. The trees appear to be in an organized arrangement, suggesting this is a planned urban space or park. In the background, small silhouettes of people can be seen walking along what seems to be a pier or walkway extending into the water. In the foreground, a solitary seagull stands on the snowy ground, adding a touch of wildlife to the composed scene. The overall image has a peaceful, minimalist quality with its monochromatic whites and blues, creating a striking contrast between the dark tree trunks and the bright snow. Sailing through cherry blossom dreams. This is a dreamlike, fantastical digital artwork that combines Eastern and Western elements in a serene aquatone seascape. A majestic sailing ship with multiple white sails and ornate dark green hull floats on tranquil turquoise waters. The scene is framed by beautiful cherry blossom trees in full bloom, with delicate white and pink flowers. The background features stylized white waves or clouds that create an almost architectural effect with curved, Art Nouveau-like formations. Butterflies flutter through the air, and small flower petals float on the water's surface. The sky has a soft, misty quality that transitions from pale blue-green to white, creating an ethereal atmosphere. The composition creates a perfect balance between the strong vertical presence of the ship and the organic, flowing lines of the trees and waves. The overall effect is both peaceful and magical, suggesting a journey through an enchanted oriental seascape. Magical connection over water sunset. This is a stunning artistic digital composition showing two hands reaching toward each other across a sunset-lit water surface. The hands are rendered in a unique digital particle effect style, creating a mesh-like, translucent appearance with glowing points of light scattered throughout. The background features a dramatic golden sunset reflecting on calm waters, creating a path of light. The image is filled with warm oranges and cool blues, with sparkling light particles that seem to dance between the connecting hands. The overall effect is ethereal and spiritual, reminiscent of Michelangelo's creation of Adam, but with a modern, technological twist. The composition suggests themes of connection, spirituality, and the bridge between the digital and natural worlds. Digital eye in cyberspace. A striking artistic composition featuring an extreme close-up of a human eye merged with digital elements. The eye itself is a vibrant blue color, with intricate details visible in the iris. The image is overlaid with a matrix-like digital pattern consisting of glowing pixels and squares in various shades of blue and purple. These digital elements appear to be floating and dispersing across the image, creating a sense of technological integration with the organic form. The eyelashes are clearly defined against the ethereal background, adding depth and humanity to the technological aesthetic. The overall color palette is dominated by cool tones, primarily electric blues and purple hues, creating a futuristic, cyberpunk-inspired atmosphere. The image suggests themes of technological advancement, artificial intelligence, digital surveillance, or the merger of human and digital realms. Cosmic Eye in Galaxy. A stunning digital artwork featuring an ethereal eye emerging from a cosmic backdrop. The image is dominated by deep blues and vibrant purples, creating a celestial, dreamlike atmosphere. The eye appears to be filled with galaxy patterns and starlight, with delicate eyelashes and facial features blending into the cosmic void. The surrounding space is filled with nebulous clouds, twinkling stars, and ethereal bokeh effects, giving the impression of deep space or a mystical universe. The composition creates a powerful blend of human features with cosmic elements, suggesting themes of consciousness, universe awareness, or spiritual connection. The technical execution shows masterful use of digital painting techniques, with smooth gradients and precise detail work in the stellar elements. Digital, mind, mosaic, portrait. This is a striking artistic portrait shown in profile view that combines realism with digital abstraction. The subject is rendered in a side view, with realistic features transitioning into a complex digital mosaic pattern. The artwork features a beautiful blend of warm skin tones that fragment into a vibrant array of pixels and geometric shapes. The digital portion incorporates rich colors including reds, oranges, yellows, blues, and pinks, creating a circuit board-like pattern that appears to be emerging from or dissolving into the portrait. The composition suggests themes of technology, consciousness, and identity in the digital age. The execution is masterful, with smooth transitions between the realistic portraiture and the geometric digital elements. The overall effect is both futuristic and emotionally evocative, speaking to the intersection of humanity and technology. Cosmic eyes in cracked porcelain. This is a striking artistic portrait featuring a face with an ethereal, porcelain-like quality. The most captivating elements are the eyes, which contain swirling galaxies and cosmic nebulae in brilliant shades of blue and turquoise. The skin appears like cracked porcelain or fine china, with a network of delicate fractures spreading across the pale white surface. The lips are softly pink and perfectly formed. The overall effect is haunting and beautiful, blending elements of fragility with cosmic wonder. The composition creates a surreal, fantasy-like quality, where the universe itself seems to be peering through the eyes of this porcelain-like visage. The contrast between the cold, broken ceramic texture and the vivid, living cosmic eyes creates a powerful artistic tension. Celestial Blue Fantasy Portrait. A mesmerizing fantasy-style digital artwork featuring an ethereal face emerging from a cosmic backdrop. The piece is dominated by striking electric blue and turquoise hues that seem to glow from within. The most captivating elements are the luminous blue eyes that pierce through the darkness, surrounded by intricate swirling patterns resembling stars and celestial matter. The skin appears to be painted with cosmic dust and sparkles, creating ethereal, otherworldly effect. Delicate light strands and droplets float around the face like suspended starlight, adding to the magical atmosphere. The composition brilliantly merges reality with fantasy through its sophisticated use of light, shadow, and particle effects. The overall impression is one of mysterious beauty and supernatural enchantment. Seaside Sanctuary with Ancient Arches. A dreamy coastal scene, featuring elegant white stone arches and curved steps descending to a turquoise sea. A gnarled tree with mint-green foliage grows through classical architecture, while dramatic wave-like rock formations rise from the ocean. The color palette blends seafoam greens, turquoise, and warm whites. A full moon illuminates the mint-green sky above gentle waves. The composition creates perfect harmony between nature and architecture, with carefully placed shrubs and rocks adding depth to this fantastical setting. Cherry blossoms and red lantern. This is a striking artistic composition that combines traditional Asian aesthetics with contemporary artistic style. The image features delicate white cherry blossoms, sakura, with their characteristic 5 petals and small pink buds scattered across dark branches. A vibrant red Chinese lantern provides a bold accent against the moody blue-gray background. The artwork is rendered in a dreamy, ethereal style with a monochromatic portrait as the focal point, executed in soft grays and whites. The brushwork appears both detailed in the flowers and loose in the atmospheric background, creating a beautiful contrast of techniques. The overall mood is peaceful and contemplative, with the white blossoms and red lantern creating a perfect balance of delicate beauty and bold accent colors. Elegant suit in glowing lights. A striking fashion photograph featuring a figure in an impeccably tailored black suit adorned with delicate string lights that wrap around their body. The subject wears round glasses and stands in a dramatic setting with ornate architectural elements in the background. The warm golden glow of the lights creates a magical atmosphere, contrasting beautifully with the dark suit. The composition is enhanced by blurred light orbs in the background, and what appears to be classical statuary or architectural details. The lighting design creates a sophisticated and ethereal mood, while the sharp tailoring of the three-piece suit, with its pocket square, adds a touch of classical elegance. The overall effect is both modern and timeless, merging fashion photography with artistic installation. Mechanical rainbow bird sculpture. A stunning, large-scale sculpture of a bird that combines mechanical and natural elements in a striking way. The bird appears to be a mix of robotic components and vibrant feathers, creating a beautiful steampunk-inspired aesthetic. The wings are particularly spectacular, featuring a gradient of colors from bright blue to turquoise, gold, and burning red, while the body incorporates metallic mechanical parts in darker tones. The sculpture is mounted on a concrete pedestal in what appears to be an open field or grassland. The backdrop features dramatic storm clouds with brooks of light, creating an intense atmospheric setting that enhances the sculpture's majestic presence. The bird's posture suggests it's about to take flight, with its wings spread wide and head held high, capturing a moment of potential energy and movement. Surreal eye over Monument Valley. Striking surrealist composition featuring a giant metallic eye floating in the sky above the iconic landscape of Monument Valley, Utah. The eye appears mechanical or alien in nature, with a realistic brown iris and reflective metallic surface that catches the desert light. In the foreground, a solitary figure dressed in black sits contemplatively on the rust-colored desert ground, gazing out at the majestic scene. The landscape showcases the famous sandstone buttes of Monument Valley, with their distinctive red-orange coloring and weathered formations rising dramatically against a bright blue sky streaked with wispy white clouds. The desert floor is dotted with sagebrush and desert vegetation, creating a beautiful contrast with the rich terracotta soil. The image combines natural beauty with surreal elements, creating a thought-provoking piece about observation, consciousness, and humanity's relationship with nature. Majestic ice eagle sculpture. A stunning ice sculpture of an eagle with its wings spread in flight, captured against a desert landscape backdrop. The sculpture shows incredible detail in the carved feathers, with each wing intricately detailed to show individual plumage. The translucent ice catches the natural light, creating an ethereal, crystalline appearance that contrasts beautifully with the warm desert setting. The eagle appears powerful and dynamic, mounted on a clear base, with mountains and rock formations visible in the background. The craftsmanship is exceptional, capturing both the strength and grace of the bird in frozen form. The natural lighting creates subtle blue tones within the ice, while the desert backdrop adds warm earth tones, creating a striking visual contrast. Mystic Blue Spheres Canyon. A surreal, dreamlike landscape featuring a dramatic canyon or valley with rugged mountain walls, illuminated by an ethereal blue light. Multiple perfectly spherical, translucent blue orbs of varying sizes float throughout the scene, creating a mysterious and otherworldly atmosphere. The ceiling of the canyon appears to curve in impossible ways, forming smooth, wave-like arches that seem to defy gravity. The ground transitions from cool blue tones to warm golden hues, where light appears to be breaking through, creating a striking contrast. The overall composition suggests a science fiction or fantasy setting, with the floating spheres adding an element of magic or advanced technology to the natural landscape. The image has a polished digital art style with remarkable attention to lighting and depth. Mystic Blue Spheres in Desert. A surreal digital composition featuring translucent blue spheres arranged along a winding desert road. The glass-like orbs contain what appears to be water, reflecting the bright blue sky above. They create a mesmerizing path through sandy terrain with mountains in the background. The contrast between cool blue spheres and warm desert tones is striking. Each sphere acts as a lens, distorting the landscape within its curved surface. A subtle glow beneath the spheres adds to the magical atmosphere. Mirrored Spheres on Water. A surreal and artistic digital composition featuring two large reflective chrome spheres sitting on what appears to be a perfectly calm water surface. Each sphere contains a reflected landscape with a single tree on a small island against a bright blue sky with wispy clouds. The spheres are perfectly mirrored in the water below, creating a symmetrical composition. The image has a dreamy, otherworldly quality, with its deep blue tones and the way the landscape appears to wrap around within the spheres. The lighting is crisp and clear, creating beautiful highlights and reflections on the metallic surfaces. The overall effect is both peaceful and mesmerizing, blending natural elements with geometric forms in a way that challenges perception. Ritual Fire and Flowing Fabric. A dramatic and mystical scene set on rolling green hills under a moody gray sky. Two silhouetted figures stand at identical black-draped pedestals with burning flames atop them, creating a symmetrical composition. Between them, a striking length of fabric billows dramatically in the wind, transitioning from orange to red to deep blue, creating a flowing arc across the image. The contrast between the vibrant fabric, dark figures, dancing flames, and natural landscape creates an otherworldly, ceremonial atmosphere. The scene suggests a ritual or artistic performance, with the landscape stretching into the misty distance, adding depth and grandeur to the composition. Mono Lake's majestic tufa towers. A striking image of natural limestone formations, known as tufa towers, rising dramatically from the turquoise-blue waters of Mono Lake in California. The tall, cream-colored calcium carbonate spires are reflected perfectly in the still water, creating a mirror image effect. The formations have a distinctive texture and appear weathered, with varying shades of beige and white. In the background, stark mountain ranges can be seen against a clear blue sky. Adding a sense of scale and whimsy to the scene, a person in blue swimwear can be seen preparing to dive into the alkaline waters, their reflection visible on the water's surface. The contrast between the massive geological formations and the tiny human figure creates a powerful sense of nature's grandeur. Industrial Apocalypse in Desert. A dramatic and apocalyptic scene of an industrial power plant or factory set against a desert landscape. The building features an Art Deco-style architecture with three tall white smokestacks. The scene is dominated by intense flames and thick smoke billowing from explosions, creating a stark contrast between fiery orange flames and dark, ominous smoke clouds. The foreground shows rolling sand dunes in warm beige tones, while the sky appears to be caught in a battle between natural daylight and the darkness of smoke. The image conveys a strong message about environmental devastation and industrial disaster, with its powerful juxtaposition of man-made industrial architecture against natural desert landscape, all encompassed in a catastrophic scenario. The composition creates a sense of impending doom and environmental crisis. Desert Vinyl Wanderer. A surreal and stylish image of a person in formal business attire standing in the middle of a desert landscape. They are wearing a classic black suit, tie, and fedora hat while holding a vinyl record. The figure is standing on top of a vintage brown leather suitcase amid golden sand dunes. The image has a cinematic quality with a warm, yellow-tinted atmosphere created by what appears to be late afternoon light. The contrast between the formal urban attire and the desert setting creates an intriguing juxtaposition. The composition is striking and mysterious, with the suited figure creating a strong silhouette against the desert backdrop and scattered clouds in the sky. Red Balloons Over Desert Wanderer. A surreal and striking image showing a massive inverted pyramid formation of bright red balloons hovering above a golden desert landscape. The balloons appear glossy and luminous, creating a dramatic contrast against the warm amber sky. Below, a solitary figure in dark clothing stands in the vast desert, surrounded by rippling sand dunes that stretch to the horizon. Footprints in the sand lead to the figure, emphasizing their isolation and the dreamlike quality of the scene. The composition creates a powerful sense of scale and wonder, with the enormous collection of balloons dominating the upper portion of the image, while the tiny human figure below provides a striking sense of proportion. Desert Dreams with Red Balloons. A surreal and striking image featuring a vast desert landscape with golden sand dunes under a bright blue sky. In the foreground, a solitary figure in dark business attire sits beside a large red balloon, while dozens of similar red balloons float upward into the sky, creating a dreamlike atmosphere. The sun shines brilliantly in the upper left corner, casting long shadows across the rippled sand. The contrast between the warm orange tones of the desert and the vibrant red balloons against the azure sky creates a powerful visual impact. Footprints in the sand lead to where the figure sits, suggesting a journey. The composition suggests themes of solitude, contemplation, and the intersection of the corporate world with natural beauty. The image has a magical realism quality that makes it both whimsical and thought-provoking. Magical Golden Flame Rising. A stunning digital artwork depicting a magnificent golden flame emerging from a cracked, dark surface. The flame has an ethereal, almost liquid quality, with sweeping curves and intricate patterns that suggest both fire and flowing fabric. The flames shimmer with brilliant golden yellow hues and appear to have scale-like textures in some areas, creating a mesmerizing contrast against the deep black background. Sparks and embers dance around the main flame structure, adding dynamic movement to the composition. The base of the flame rises from what appears to be broken or shattered ground, with fragmented pieces scattered around the point of emergence. The reflective surface below mirrors the warm glow, creating a dramatic interplay of light and shadow. The overall effect is both powerful and elegant, suggesting transformation and magical energy. Solitary figure before golden flame. A dramatic digital artwork depicting a silhouetted figure standing before an enormous ethereal flame formation. The flame appears to be made of liquid gold, swirling and dancing against a moody, overcast sky. The setting is a rocky, barren landscape, with mountains in the distance and pools of water reflecting the golden light. The flame's dynamic motion creates elegant curves and spirals, casting a warm glow across the dark terrain. The contrast between the cool gray environment and the brilliant, warm golden fire creates a powerful visual impact. The scale of the flame, compared to the small human figure, adds to the image's sense of awe and majesty. The composition suggests themes of solitude, contemplation, and the raw power of natural or supernatural forces. Balancing act on turquoise waters. A striking artistic photograph captures a person balancing on a large spherical object in a stunning natural setting with vibrant turquoise water. The person, wearing a light-colored long-sleeved top and shorts, is perfectly balanced on what appears to be a metallic or stone sphere. The image is beautifully composed with the subject's reflection visible in the crystal-clear water glow, creating a mirror effect. The background features white limestone or travertine formations, suggesting this might be at a mineral hot spring or natural pool formation. The intense turquoise blue of the water contrasts dramatically with the white rock formations, creating an otherworldly and surreal atmosphere. The composition is particularly notable for its symmetry and the way it captures both the actual sphere and its reflection, making it difficult to determine which is real and which is the reflection at first glance. Storm Watcher with Red Umbrella. A dramatic and atmospheric image of a person standing on a windswept hill overlooking a stormy landscape. The figure wears a tan trench coat and a dark hat, holding a bright red umbrella and a glowing lantern. Above, the sky is dominated by dark, turbulent storm clouds with multiple lightning bolts cutting through the darkness. The contrast between the warm light of the lantern and the red umbrella against the cool, stormy atmosphere creates a striking visual impact. The composition suggests both solitude and defiance against nature's power. The moody lighting and weather conditions give the image a cinematic quality, while the figure's stance conveys a sense of contemplative observation of nature's dramatic display. Golden Flame in Quarry. A striking modern sculpture in the form of a golden flame or twisted teardrop stands in a stark quarry landscape. The polished metallic sculpture appears to be made of brass or similar golden material, creating a dramatic contrast against the gray rocky terrain and bright blue sky. The sculpture is reflected in pools of water that have collected among the rocky ground, adding an ethereal quality to the scene. The quarry walls create a dramatic backdrop with their layered, striated appearance, and the harsh industrial landscape serves to emphasize the smooth, organic form of the artwork. The lighting creates interesting reflections on the sculpture's surface, making it appear to glow against its rugged surroundings. Desert, moonlit dinner gathering. A stunning nighttime scene captures a group of people gathered around a firelit table against the backdrop of massive red rock formations in what appears to be a desert landscape. The dramatic setting features towering sandstone cliffs illuminated in brilliant orange hues, contrasting beautifully with the deep cobalt blue night sky. A full moon hangs perfectly centered above the scene, casting its silvery light. The intimate gathering shows silhouettes of 4 people seated around what seems to be a dining table with a fire feature or light source in its center. The warm glow from their gathering spot creates a magical ambiance against the natural rock amphitheater behind them. The composition creates a powerful contrast between the warm oranges of the rocks and firelight against the cool blue of the night sky, resulting in a remarkably atmospheric and enchanting scene. Serenity in turquoise waters. A striking underwater photograph split between above and below the water's surface. The top half shows a brilliant blue sky with fluffy white clouds and a bright sun creating a stunning sunburst effect. The crystal-clear turquoise water meets the sky at the horizon line. Below the surface, the water is a mesmerizing deep turquoise color, with sunlight creating dancing patterns on the sandy bottom. A person with long dark hair stands in the shallow water, their head breaking the surface while their body is visible underwater. The image captures a sense of peace and tranquility, with the figure appearing to be in a moment of meditation or reflection. The composition creates a beautiful contrast between the ethereal underwater world and the bright, open sky above. Solitude by the sea. A serene beach scene captures a moment of peaceful contemplation, featuring a person with long blonde hair sitting alone in a wooden chair at the water's edge. The natural elements create a stunning backdrop, with emerald green waves rolling onto pristine white sand, while dramatic white clouds billow across a vibrant blue sky. The composition creates a powerful sense of solitude and reflection, with the seated figure facing the vast ocean. The contrast between the structured wooden chair and the wild natural elements of the beach creates an interesting visual dialogue. The image evokes feelings of meditation, peace, and connection with nature. Monument, valley, desert, highway, sunset. A dramatic photograph of an empty highway stretching toward the iconic sandstone buttes of Monument Valley. The road creates a perfect leading line through the desert landscape, with its yellow double lines drawing the eye toward the massive red rock formations. The sky is absolutely stunning, painted in vibrant purples and oranges as storm clouds catch the light of sunset. The towering buttes cast long shadows across the desert floor, while sparse desert vegetation dots the sandy terrain on either side of the road. The contrast between the modern paved highway and the ancient geological formations creates a compelling juxtaposition, while the warm golden light and purple storm clouds add a sense of majesty and drama to the scene. The composition perfectly captures the quintessential American Southwest landscape, embodying both its natural grandeur and its accessibility to modern travelers. Solitary journey through Monument Valley. A dramatic photograph capturing a lone silhouetted figure walking down the center of a cracked desert highway stretching towards the iconic sandstone buttes of Monument Valley. The image is taken during golden hour, with a brilliant sun setting on the horizon, casting warm golden light across the scene and creating dramatic shadows of the massive rock formations. The foreground features detailed cracking patterns in the asphalt road, with yellow road markings visible through the fissures. The desert landscape on either side of the road appears arid with scattered brush, while the majestic buttes rise up against the golden sky in layers of increasing darkness. The composition creates a powerful sense of solitude, journey, and scale, with the human figure dwarfed by the vast natural landscape around them. The color palette consists of rich golds, deep browns, and asphalt blacks, creating a moody and contemplative atmosphere. Businessmen in modernist architecture. A striking architectural photograph showing two men in dark business suits having a conversation within a stark, modernist setting. The image is characterized by strong geometric elements, clean white walls with rectangular cutouts creating a dramatic play of light and shadow. The men are silhouetted against the bright white walls, standing in what appears to be a corridor or walkway. The composition is minimal and precise, with a beautiful azure blue sky visible above. The scene has a film noir quality to it, suggesting both mystery and corporate power. The architectural style appears to be brutalist or modernist, with its emphasis on clean lines and geometric shapes. The shadows cast by the figures and architecture add depth and drama to the scene. Dancing fire in misty forest. A stunning, artistic photograph captures a dancer in a flowing red dress performing in a misty forest setting. The dress, made of lightweight, billowing fabric, creates dramatic flame-like shapes as it moves through the air, appearing to transform into wings of fire. The vibrant orange-red color of the dress contrasts beautifully against the cool, foggy atmosphere of the pine forest background. Tall, straight tree trunks create natural vertical lines that frame the scene, while morning mist adds an ethereal, dreamlike quality to the image. The forest floor appears to have a reddish glow, creating a magical pathway beneath the dancer. The composition brilliantly captures a moment of graceful movement, with the fabric seemingly coming alive and dancing with its wearer. The overall effect is both dramatic and enchanting, blending natural and human elements in a harmonious way. Red fabric dancing in wind. A striking artistic photograph featuring a large piece of flowing red fabric or silk caught in mid-air, billowing dramatically against a backdrop of tall cypress trees. The fabric appears to be dancing in the wind, creating graceful curves and waves of translucent red material that contrast beautifully with the dark green of the trees. The setting is a straight path or road lined with majestic cypress trees on both sides, creating a natural tunnel effect. The sunlight filtering through creates interesting shadows and highlights on both the trees and the fabric, while the path below shows distinct linear shadows. The composition creates a sense of movement and drama, with the vibrant red color adding a powerful emotional element to the serene landscape. Melting boat in desert sands. A surreal, artistic photograph showing a weathered wooden boat appearing to melt into golden desert sand. The boat is white and weather-worn, with visible wooden planks showing signs of age and rust. The striking composition shows the vessel suspended above brilliant yellow-orange sand dunes, with its bottom portion appearing to liquefy and drip like paint, creating a dark, dramatic shadow beneath. The contrast between the harsh desert environment and the nautical vessel creates a powerful metaphor, while the melting effect adds a dreamlike, Salvador Dali-esque quality to the image. The sky appears in muted beige tones, enhancing the desert atmosphere and the overall otherworldly feel of the composition. Dynamic water wave against moon. A stunning artistic photograph captures a dramatic moment. A large water splash or wave appears to curve around what looks like a giant blue moon or circular backdrop. The image is dominated by rich blue tones, from deep navy to bright azure. The water formation creates a dramatic crescent shape, with individual droplets and spray visible in the splash. The surface below shows rippling reflections in the water, creating a mirror-like effect. The composition has a remarkable sense of movement and energy, while maintaining a serene and ethereal quality. The contrast between the smooth, gradient blue circle and the dynamic water splash creates a mesmerizing visual effect. The lighting is particularly striking, with the bright blue circle providing an otherworldly glow to the scene. Reflective spheres in garden. Two large, highly polished stainless steel spheres sit side by side in a manicured garden setting. Mounted on gray pedestals, the spheres appear to touch, creating a mesmerizing mirror effect. Their metallic surfaces perfectly reflect the surrounding landscape of green trees, lawn, and blue sky, producing beautiful panoramic reflections. The chrome-like finish contrasts dramatically with the natural environment, while the sphere's impressive size dominates the landscape. Decorative gravel borders the installation, completing this elegant merger of artificial and natural elements. Desert, vinyl, sky. A surreal and striking artwork that combines the iconic landscape of Monument Valley with floating vinyl records in the sky. The scene shows massive red-orange desert buttes and mesas against a turquoise sky that's populated by various sizes of vinyl records, complete with colorful labels. The records appear to be melting or dripping, creating dramatic vertical streaks in the sky. In the foreground, a lone silhouetted figure stands on a path that leads toward a bright, golden light on the horizon. The composition creates a powerful contrast between the earthbound desert landscape and the dreamlike, music-inspired celestial elements. The color palette is rich and warm, with deep oranges and reds in the desert, transitioning to ethereal blues and golds in the sky. The image suggests themes of music, solitude, journey, and the surreal intersection of nature and art. Red balloons over beach solitude. A striking, surreal photograph featuring a person in a bright red suit standing alone on a beach, holding an enormous cluster of vibrant red balloons that fills the upper portion of the image. The balloons create a dramatic canopy of rich, glossy red spheres against a soft, gray-blue sky. The beach setting is serene and minimalist, with gentle waves rolling onto pristine sand. The contrast between the enormous mass of balloons and the solitary figure creates a powerful visual impact, while the matching red of the suit and balloons ties the composition together. The image evokes feelings of both whimsy and solitude, with a dreamlike quality enhanced by the perfect symmetry and color coordination. The perspective makes the balloon cluster appear massive and almost cloud-like, floating above the lone figure on the expansive beach. Metallic sphere in desert. A massive metallic sphere installation stands in a desert landscape against a pale blue sky. The sphere is constructed from weathered panels showing iridescent colors from rust orange to turquoise blue. Intricate mechanical components, pipes, and joints are visible between the panels, creating a sci-fi aesthetic. The structure sits on a circular base, with its industrial complexity contrasting dramatically with the minimal desert environment. Ethereal ring in wheat field. A stunning artistic installation featuring a large, reflective circular ring structure positioned in the middle of a golden wheat field. The ring creates a portal-like effect, with its surface reflecting the dramatic sky in vibrant colors, from deep reds and oranges to blues and pinks. The wheat field stretches toward the horizon, with a clear path leading directly to the ring. The sky above is particularly dramatic, with storm clouds gathering and sunbeams breaking through, creating a powerful contrast between light and dark. The golden wheat stalks in the foreground are captured in detailed clarity, their texture adding warmth and organic beauty to the composition. The overall effect is surreal and mesmerizing, blending natural and artificial elements in a harmonious way that creates a sense of wonder and otherworldliness. Epilogue: the mind behind the vision. In a world shaped by human creativity and ingenuity, Hypnotic stands as a unique collaboration between human intention and artificial intelligence. This book is more than just a collection of visual stories. It is a product of a new kind of artist, one that transcends traditional boundaries. The artwork within these pages was conceived, composed, and curated with the assistance of an agentic AI system. A harmonious blend of models from multiple vendors working in concert. Drawing on advanced generative and interpretive capabilities, This system integrated a wide spectrum of influences and inspirations, from the pioneering visual legacy of hypnosis to the abstract and surreal visions that challenge perception. What emerged from this collaboration is a fusion of human vision and machine precision, where the AI not only assisted but contributed a distinct perspective to the creative process. Each image embodies an intersection of code and creativity, a dialogue between my ideas and the machine's ability to shape and visualize them. In this sense, Hypnotic is a testament to the evolving role of AI as a co-creator. It pushes the boundaries of artistic expression, opening up new avenues for storytelling through visual art. Just as hypnosis redefined how we perceive music through imagery, this work seeks to redefine how we think about the origins of art itself. As technology continues to evolve, the lines between creator and tool blur, revealing a future where human and machine creativity coexist. This book is a glimpse into that future, a space where art is shaped not just by hands and minds, but by algorithms and neural networks. Hypnotic is not just a collection of images, it's an exploration of how we create, how we collaborate, and how we push the limits of imagination.